right, so we're joined by Doran Turchin for another edition of Shorebirds Sit Down. My name is Justin Ayers. Doran, you're coming off a South Atlantic League All-Star Game MVP for your bases clearing double. What was that All-Star Game experience like for you?
I went into it with the attitude, just want to have fun. There's some great players there, a lot of special talent once you get to know everyone and realize what kind of talent's really there. So for me, I wanted to go enjoy the experience, have fun with it, and whatever happened, happened.
You were one of the best high school players in the state of Wisconsin, I was reading. At what point when you were in high school did you kind of realize that this baseball career might actually work out?
For me, I didn't know what I wanted to do. After freshman year, I played football too. I really liked both, and then it came down to it. I was starting to get tired of football. I mean, I always loved football, but I could just tell my love for baseball was more so.
Now, living in Wisconsin during the wintertime, obviously it gets bitterly cold there. How are you able to work on your skills and kind of stay sharp in the wintertime when you can't really get outside that much?
The travel facility, I played for a travel team. They have a full indoor place, so what it is, it's a full infield. And then that's like half the building, the other half is like a workout and batting cages. So you're able to get live ABs and stuff in the off season where it's good for pitchers and hitters.
What's the coldest you've ever remembered it being back home?
This off-season, wind chill got to -55.
I was talking to Grayson Rodriguez last time, and he was saying that when he was in high school, he was signing autographs. I was wondering if that was the case for you.
Oh, absolutely not. No, not for me. I signed maybe 2 or 3 autographs for little kids because they thought I hit a home run that day or something like that, and they thought I was cool or the next greatest player. But
when I heard that story, I was taken aback. I was like, in high school? It's insane.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're Grayson Rodriguez.
So you mentioned that you went to school in Illinois. What went into your decision to leave Wisconsin and head south, go to a school out of state?
I knew I wanted to head south. I wish I would have went a little bit further south, but Illinois, after going on a couple of visits, was overall my best offer. I love the coaches there. I talked to a couple of guys on the team, loved those guys, and went on my official visit there and enjoyed literally every part about it. Loved the school, loved how they treated their athletes.
So the University of Illinois, that's the Fighting Illini. What exactly is an Illini and why is it so hard to say?
A lot of people say Illini.
That's what I thought it was until recently. So.
And it was, it's like a native tribe.
So I saw that when you were in college, your major was communication. So I think you can actually do the interview from here, right? I mean, that's basically your forte.
Could a little bit. I'd have to get a couple of questions written down, stuff like that, pre-interview. But I went in undecided. And then I wanted to do a couple things, and it was like overall the best thing for me is I'm not talking to random people about anything. So I was like, communications. There's so much you could do with that degree. So that's why I went with it, and here I am. I'm gonna go back and finish. Promise my mom, my dad. After my playing days are over, I'll go back and finish.
I was going to say, because you got 3 years in, and then you got drafted last year, so you obviously didn't get a chance to finish that. So is that obviously important to you to go back and get that 4th year?
It'd be the first one in my family to get a 4-year degree.
Wow, that's incredible. So when you eventually get your communications degree, what aspirations do you have? Like, what do you want to do with that?
Depends. I mean, I would always love to stay within baseball or stay within sports. I love watching ESPN and stuff like that, where if I could go and be like a broadcaster or something like that, even though that's a little bit more journalism. But
you could always host Shorebirds Sit Down.
Exactly.
So this team, this year, the Shorebirds, they look like you have a great chemistry going on. How would you describe the clubhouse atmosphere?
So many characters. I mean, everyone calls me the clown. I'm always trying to keep it loose, keep it fun. You have Grayson and Rom, just your classic high school kids. We call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Like I said, there's so many characters from top to bottom that the clubhouse is loose, never really uptight. We have great coaches that keep it loose as well, and we just have fun. I mean, that's the main thing. If you're having fun, good things normally happen, and lucky for us, that's what we're doing right now.
Now, when I talked to Caden Grenier, I asked him, long road trip, who's the one teammate you want to sit next to and just fun to be around?
I sit next to Doran Turchin.
Well, how does it make you feel knowing like Caden feels that way about you?
Love it. I mean, we're bus buddies. We're not roommates, but we're bus buddies. A lot of good stories, a lot of good laughs that we have going on these long bus rides. But I mean, you get to know each other pretty well when you're sitting next to someone on the bus for 8 hours.
Now, I know that you were a shortstop back in high school. Do you ever offer him, like even jokingly, just any pointers for Caden out there?
Oh, every day. Every day. I try him, I try Hall, try getting Kamo to throw me out there for batting practice, something like that. It doesn't go too smooth.
Doesn't work out for that way?
I did it once. Pat hit me a couple ground balls. They said I looked stiff. I thought I looked pretty smooth.
So we're gonna do some rapid fire. What's the most fun you've ever had playing baseball?
I don't know. I've never been part of a game where you're going to no hit for 8 innings and come back and win by 7, or come back to win 7-5 with a grand slam. So that was pretty special this year when JC did that.
So Milwaukee's known for its sausages. Even between innings at the Brewers game, they have the sausage races. What's your favorite kind of sausage?
Ooh, depends. Italians are always good, but there's nothing like some chorizo in the morning either. So it's tough. Depends on what time of day it is or anything like that.
Who's your favorite baseball player of all time?
Would either have to be Derek Jeter or Ken Griffey, but right now Mike Trout's on his way to becoming my favorite of all time. He's definitely my favorite player right now.
What's your favorite sports movie?
Remember the Titans is a good one. Even though it's not really a sports one, Dodgeball. Another great one is bench warmers.
So if you have a day off here in Salisbury, what do you like to do?
Well, we don't have days off. That's first and foremost. Even on our off days, we're normally traveling. But if I had a true day off, I'd probably go to the beach because I love the beach.
So when I played high school baseball, not to brag, but when I played, we used to have a competition to see who could eat the most McDonald's after the game. It wasn't great, I wouldn't recommend it. But who on the Shorebirds could put back the most food when you guys go out to eat?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm up there. Grayson's big, but I don't think he can really do that. I'm trying to think there's some person that's real sneaky that you would never think of.
Like one of the little guys that just puts away so much?
Oh, Drew Rom can put away some food, let me tell you.
Which Shorebirds teammate do you think is most likely to become a manager at some point?
Normally they're catchers, so I'd have to go with the catcher. And it'd either have to be Ben Brazil or Cody Roberts, I think.
The Shorebirds have a great pitching staff, obviously, but who's one positional player that still thinks he can get out there and...
Oh, Nick Horvath. Every day he tells Kamo, let me throw a bullpen. Kamo, I'm telling you, if we get into a big lead or anything like that, or we're running low on pitchers, like a couple games ago, we had 5 bullpen guys in Greensboro, and Kamo was like, hey, we might need you. He was, oh, I'm ready. I'll throw sliders.
So who is one teammate that kind of has an older sensibility? Some might call him the dad of the group.
Someone that always looks on the bright side is Ryan Ogren. He's kind of always like a father figure in a way, even though he's new, the new guy. There he is. What's up, Ogie? What's up, Dad? But we have a couple players that actually call other players dad. Like Drew Rom calls Caden dad.
Does he?
Yeah. He called Nick Gruner dad.
You want to ask him about that? He's right there.
Why does Rom call you dad?
He just does, and Gruner's his stepdad.
Exactly. So Rom, I guess, has a stepdad and a real dad. But like I said, this team is just so many people different characters where we just have fun.
Well, you guys are definitely having a great season, but I appreciate your time, Doran, for joining me on this edition of Shorebirds Sit Down. On to the next one.